Welcome back to Only Frames. We've had the group stages, your 10 qualifiers for Division 1. We have your group winners, Scott, Noel, Chris and Joe. The runners-up, Tom, Mark, Lee and Gary. And your two best third place finishers, Steve and James. Over to Tom for today's game.
Hello and welcome to Only Frames and welcome to another instalment of below average 8-ball pool content from the Ramsgate Rail Pool League Invitational. Today's matchup is a clash from Division 1. It's Steve, who is currently at the table, versus Chris. This is a Division 1 clash after both men progressed from their groups. Chris was undefeated, winning all his games and progressing with 12 points. That's 4 wins from 4. And Steve progressed with 6 points as a lucky loser. That's how we pitched it to him. Some would say he was unfortunate to be in a group that now contains the likes of Tom and Joe. This guy will be up against it this season, I'm sure. But he's a great guy, and if he plays pool half as well, he will win this division with ease. As I've just mentioned, Steve is an absolutely fantastic guy, so this is going to be a tricky commentary for me because, as you know, my style is to dig people out, to have a joke at their expense, but Steve is too nice a guy to do that to, and Chris is the governor. He is the boss of Only Frames and he's our defending champ. But he is at the table here looking to win his first frame of the day, and this guy doesn't get many winners, so I'm sure that he could mess this up somewhere along the line. Now only 3 yellows stand between him and the 8-ball and getting that first frame on the board in a race to 5. He's potted them nicely. This looks like a formality now. Surely nothing will go wrong. Could he make a clinical error as this unfolds? It doesn't look like he's gonna make one anymore. Just the 2 balls remain as that slowly wedges itself in, but he has overrun the cue ball. This is a lot trickier than it needed to be, but he sinks it, and that is 1-0 to Chris as we move on into the second frame. As we join the action of the second frame, Chris is at the table playing the red ball, starting off with a nice plant up to that top left-hand pocket. These reds are potentially all there, and you would say the only problematic ball is the red down by the 8-ball. Can he get on it early to try and clear this table and to extend his lead to 2 at the earliest of opportunities? But he has undercooked that white ball, making this a lot trickier than it needed to be. Now, looking to take this red into the middle pocket, but this is all about position, and that's about perfect. He's left himself an angle. He could play on it. He could try and disturb it. He has done neither, and he is very disappointed with that. What can he come up with now, though? This red, I don't believe, goes into this bottom left-hand pocket, but he's looking like he's aiming it up, but he couldn't force it in there, leaving himself now with 2 problematic balls and giving Steve a chance to get to the table and show us all what he is capable of. As I mentioned earlier, Steve progressed into Division 1 being a lucky loser. He was top out of the rest of the best of the third place finishers, but he can play. He just needs a bit of confidence and self-belief as he pots that one lovely into the middle. And all of a sudden, this could be a real chance. But he does have that tricky left on the bottom left cushion. Has he tried to leave a double there? He hasn't, because he can't see it. He's going to take this one over, and he's looking to disturb it. That wasn't a bad shot. If he can dribble this in a little bit of screw, he could leave this 8 up to the top right-hand pocket. But this certainly isn't easy. He's potted it. That is a lovely shot. And does this 8 go? This would be perfect. This would be incredible. I can't believe my eyes. This could feature in our best shots of the month compilation as he sinks it and makes it 1-1. What a clearance. That was not easy. That could feature in our best shots of the month compilation, available on our TikTok, which is at onlyframe62, where we do all kinds of skill challenges and we do the best and the worst shots of the month compilation, which I'm sure Steve will be featuring if he keeps playing on like that. This is now 1-1 as we join the action late in the third frame. Chris is at the table and he is playing the yellow balls. Chris now rolling this one to the middle pocket, has only the 3 yellows and the 8 ball, but can he get position? Surely he should just be rolling this in, rolling that yellow in, leaving the angle, taking that yellow bottom left and having the 8 ball. But things aren't easy when pressure is being applied and your opponent has 2 balls sitting out in the open. Can Chris hold his nerve? As I said, Chris is the defending champion. Last year he played exceptionally well, but this season we have some new players and Tom is rediscovering some form of old. Is he going to be able to keep it together? It would appear he isn't, as he misses what should have been a gimme, giving Steve a real chance to go ahead to make it 2-1. This would be against the odds, as Phil Collins once said. Looking to take this one up to the top right hand pocket, but that is nowhere near. Is the occasion getting to Steve? Can he fluke it? No, it hit the cue ball on the way through, but I'm not sure it would have had enough power to pot that red had it made it down there. This now a simplest of roll-ins for Chris, but this is all about position on the 8 ball. Can he hold the cue ball? Can he give himself some shot to try and get the 2-1 lead himself? He is really buckling, and that's a foul, giving Steve ball in hand. This is a shot and a visit for Steve. This is all about thinking, staying calm, potting that ball. That is an absolutely lovely shot, and he is on the 8 ball perfect. He's taken a deep breath. He is taking his time. This is what good players do. Can he sink this one to the middle? Yes, he can. It's 2-1. Come on, Steve! As we join the action in frame 4, Chris is at the table after sinking that one to the bottom left. He has just the 2 reds remaining, standing between him, the 8 ball, and levelling this up. But he's potted Steve's ball over the hole, and it is slowly occurring to me that Chris has never been defeated in the Ramsgate Rail Pool League Invitational after he went undefeated last season. Is Steve the guy to end that? Is Steve a dark horse to win Division 1? So many questions that need to be answered. But for now, can Steve take a 3-1 lead? But he's not quite got hold of that white. He's not quite queuing as well as he was in the previous frame. But can he sink this one? He's continuing to pot them, but these are getting trickier by the minute. Can he pot this one to the top left and send that cue ball anywhere up the table to try and get on that last one? Chris is hiding. He's had enough. He is being beaten into submission and Steve can't pot it, giving Chris a chance. As Chris comes back to the table in unprecedented waters, not only is he undefeated, I couldn't tell you the last time he was behind in a match, and how will he deal with this pressure? I mean, he was disappointed in that shot. Is he going to start being his own worst nightmare and playing mind games with himself? He's now just rolling them in. Gone are the days of playing positional shots. Not that he's ever been able to do that, but at least he attempted to. He has resorted to ABC pool, just rolling them in. He is up against it. Can he hold his nerve? No, he can't. This is unbelievable. I can't believe my eyes. Is Steve the man to finally do what all of us have been aiming to do for over a year now? Oh, that is not ideal. He gives Chris ball in hand and he places it perfectly to end it and to make it Desmond. It's 2-2. Steve's at the table playing the yellows as we join the drama late in the piece. Steve now with only 6 yellows remaining on the table after potting that yellow into the middle nicely. Thank God he did, as I did not want to see him running around the table with his pants down. But if there is any pants sponsors out there like Paddy Power who want to sponsor us some pants in case anyone gets 7 balled, please let us know in the comments, as Chris attempts that 8 ball to the top right hand pocket but can't make it, giving Steve the chance to go 3-2 up. This would really put the cat amongst the pigeons and send shockwaves through the Ramsgate Rail Pool League Invitational. Chris has had it his own way for over a year now, like a playground bully. He has been picking on the smaller folk, but now Steve is standing up for every single one of us and doing a great job of it. Finding that snooker there, making life tricky for Chris. And Chris, I'm sure, is getting hot under the collar. He is lining up the one cushion escape and pretending to look at the potting angle in case he flukes it, but he can't even hit it. This guy has gone. He cannot handle the heat, so get out of the kitchen. We get a lot of comments in our comment section saying that Steve looks a lot like Jesus. May I firstly say he is as kind as the Great One, but unfortunately he can't turn water into wine. And even more importantly, we would never turn our back on him like the disciples did to Jesus. He is a cracking guy and deserves this more than anyone. A horrible person like Scott would play the snooker here, but I don't think Steve has it in him. He's gone for the pot, which was never on, leaving Chris the simplest of 8 balls. Steve knows what he should have done there, but he's too nice a guy to do it. Will that cost him? Chris now down on this 8, looking to take it long. He is shot. This will never be a better chance for Steve, but can he make it count? Once again, he finds a lovely plant. Now just the 2 yellows remain. He steps away from the table. He's eyeing it up. Can he take this yellow to the middle? Position should be natural if he can. He rolls it in nicely. All you need to do now, Steve, is pot the yellow. You're not going to get perfect onto that 8 ball, but maybe that won't be the worst leave. This is a tricky cut into that top left. Has Chris got it in his locker? Has he managed to find something from nowhere? He looked dead and buried, but he's still alive. He has been resurrected. It's 3-2 to Chris as we move on into the 6th frame. We join the drama late in the piece with Chris now only having the 1 red between him and the 8 ball. I'm sure he'll be looking to cross double this back into the middle left pocket, but can he find the shot? He is still gone. This remains a good opportunity for Steve if he can find something from deep within. Looking to take this one to the bottom right, should naturally be on one of the balls. I think I'll take this one on the right hand cushion. I know it's not the best of balls, but you're going to get a good white. If you miss it, you could snooker him. It could stay over the hole and you're in charge of the frame. And Chris is nowhere to be seen in this frame. That's a lovely little safety there from Steve. He's not put it over the hole, but he has laid the snooker. In our rules here, we play the black ball rules. Chris didn't need to hit a cushion there because he was full ball snookered. He did hit one anyway, but if he hadn't, it wouldn't have been a foul. But Steve is back to the table with an absolutely exquisite pot. But he's been unfortunate. In cannon into the yellow, he's made a problem for himself, as before those balls went, but now they don't. But he has pushed that one towards the top right pocket with Chris in a bit of bother. He is really up against it. He only has a 1 frame lead. It's a race to 5. Can he find something here? What will he look to conjure up? Maybe a double into the big pocket top right, which he looks to play, and he absolutely nailed it. That is a lovely shot, but this black isn't easy. It's not a natural double. What can he come up with here? Steve has gone out of view. He is hiding there in the background. He can't look. He knows this could be an opportunity coming his way any time now. Chris is still pondering. He's now getting down on it. What will he look to play? Is he trying to cut it to the top? He is indeed. This is close. What a shot. That is unbelievable. And that could feature in our best shots of the month, which is available on our TikTok at OnlyFrames62 and also our YouTube shorts. Chris was up against it, but he found something. What a shot that was. That was a shot of a champion, as much as it pains me to say it. We rejoin the action. It's frame 7. Chris is at the table and he's playing the yellow balls. Chris has guaranteed himself a point after getting to the 4 frames, but can he get the full 3 points on offer today, or will Steve manage to drag it back to 4-4? I think Steve deserves something from today. He has played exceptionally well against a good player in Chris, and this has presented itself as a real good opportunity. He's going to look to drop this red in the middle and potentially get on his tricky red down towards that 8 ball. Needs a little nudge, which he can't get, unfortunately, making this very tricky. This is all about position. Little stun. He's blasted it. Does he get lucky? I hope he will. Where is that red? He's managed to fluke it. We couldn't even see it. Where did it go? Have your guesses in the comments. Where do you think it went? I assume it went bottom right, but I have no idea. Now just the 8 ball to go. No mercy. It's 4-3 Steve, and we go into a final frame decider. Will it be a draw? Will Steve manage to do the unthinkable and stop Chris on his 100% winning rate? Chris breaks him off, but he comes up dry at the most crucial of moments, bringing Steve to the table, and it's open. It looked written in the stars that Steve was about to be yellows, but he's missed the simplest of pots to the top right-hand pocket. He'll be very disappointed with that after playing exceptionally well today. Has the pressure of becoming favourite now started to play havoc with Steve's mental state? He wouldn't have expected to be in this position when he turned up today, but can he get back to the table? And if he can he really punish Chris and take the point that Chris has so long to lose? But Chris now looks like the confidence is oozing through him. He can't believe his luck that he's getting to the table so early. Now only the 5 reds and the 8 ball remain as he looks to take this one to the top left-hand pocket, which he duly does, but he does have a tricky ball. This red just above the middle pocket on the left-hand side of the table could prove problematic, but has he left the angle to double it? He looks to play it now and he duly sinks it. That is a very good shot, but this isn't getting much easier. He's going to need to find a good pot and he's going to need to get a good cannon here. He's probably going to look to send this top red down towards the bottom right hand pocket, and this will all be about luck when he makes a cannon into the red ball. That's a good cannon and a lovely pot, and this now has presented itself as a game-winning opportunity for Chris. But can he get the white to be able to see that 8 ball? Can he just drop this red in? He's going to need a light touch here. Just a simple roll in, and he blasts it. He's actually got greedy there and looked to get a bit lower than looked necessarily available to him at the time. Now just an 8 ball to go to win this 5-3. This was a cracking game. Chris has shown the spirit of a champion, and Steve has shown the world that he can play. It's been an honour to commentate on this one. Go well till next time.